In our previous videos, okay, in the last video and one more video prior to that, we were studying about predictive parser. Okay. So, what were the steps? One by one I will brush up all the steps, then we will go to the parse table. First, what we have to do? We have to eliminate left recursion. Okay. Second is eliminate backtracking, which we have already studied. All these steps we have already studied. Third step is construct two functions. Okay, construct two functions, first and follow. And what is the last step? Last step is construct the predictive parser table. Okay. So, today in this video, what we will do? We will take one more example, solve those example. Okay. Then what we will do? We will construct the predictive parser table. Okay. So, the example for today's class is S tends to A, B or B, A, okay, or epsilon. Capital A tends to A, B. You have to be very particular about the terminals and the non-terminals. Okay. B tends to B, capital B or small c. Okay. This is the production given to you. Now see, this is starting with S, this is starting with A, this is B and this is epsilon. Capital A, small a, epsilon. Capital B, small b, epsilon. That means what? All these three grammars are free from your left recursion and backtracking. So, these two steps need not require over here. So, what we learn from here? First, we have to check whether left recursion and backtracking exists or not. Okay. If yes, follow elimination methods. Okay. Follow elimination methods. If no, go to the third step. Construct first and follow. Okay. Now, I have already shown you that these two grammars, these three grammars do not have your left recursion and backtracking. So, what we will go? We will go for first and follow. Now, we will see how we will calculate it. As usual, same thing, calculation of first, we have to go from bottom to top. Now, see, first of capital B is equal to what? See, first symbol is a terminal, second symbol is also a terminal, second production. So, if the first symbol is a terminal, we need not look at the second symbol. Okay. First of B is equal to small b, capital C. Okay. Now, next comes your first of A. Again the same thing, small a and epsilon. Third one, first of capital S is equal to, again first symbol is a terminal, so A, second symbol is a terminal, so B, third symbol is a terminal, so epsilon. So, now only rule 1 was applicable for calculation of first and we have calculated the first for all the three productions. Okay. Then we will go for follow. Okay. Now, first, this is your calculation of first. Then comes calculation of your follow. What does rule number 1 says for your follow? If S is the start symbol, then dollar will be in the follow of S. So, what is the starting symbol over here? We are having starting symbol as your S. Coincidentally, we are having S over here. So, what I will write? Follow of S is equal to dollar. Put it in a curly bracket, put in a box, make it equation 1. Okay. Now, next we will move to the next production. See, so many productions are there, and here are all combination of terminals and non-terminals. So, for all we have to apply, leaving H tends to epsilon, A tends to epsilon, B tends to C. Why? The right hand side production is only terminals in these 3 cases. Okay. Now, here there is no bottom up. We can start with any productions. Okay. So, I am starting with the first one. What I am doing is S tends to A, capital A, B. Now, understand this carefully. This is very important. Okay. Now, see. S, and what I am doing is, I am taking A as alpha, B and beta. Okay. One thing here you have to remember, B has to be a single non-terminal, and alpha, beta, gamma, whatever you are taking strings, that can be a V union T star. What is V union T star? Combination of terminals or non-terminals. Okay. So, if it is so, now see, where is first of beta? First of beta means first of B. First of B does not produces your epsilon. Okay. So, rule number 3 is not applicable. Only rule number 2 is applicable. So, what you will get? Follow of A is equal to first of beta. Beta means your first of B. So, that implies follow of A is equal to first of B. What is first of B? First of B is your BC. Okay. This is your equation number 2. Okay. Next we will go to the next option, because here it is not over yet. Okay. We can find options for it also. Okay. Now, see. Now, same production I am taking again. See, S tends to A, B. Now, if I take it in the form of alpha B, is it possible? Alpha B, if I am taking it. Alpha B, where first of B has epsilon, that I cannot put it. Now, see, first of B done. Now, so this production is further we can apply as, see, if I take this whole as alpha, this as B, then what is the second rule? Third rule, see, third rule is, if the production is in the form of A tends to alpha B or alpha B beta, where first of beta has epsilon, then everything in the follow of A will be in the follow of B. But here what is happening, see, first of beta has epsilon, alpha B beta I have already applied over here, alpha B beta I have already applied, it is not having your epsilon, so alpha B is not applicable over here. Now, further I cannot do any changes to this, then I will go to the next production. Okay. Now, what is the next production? See, S tends to, so this is not applicable over here, S tends to B A. Okay. Now, here I have calculated, see, what is first of A? Check here. What is first of A? First of A is A epsilon. Okay, first of A is your A epsilon. Okay. Now, what to do? See, if I am taking it in the form of alpha B, then what is the rule? Then what is the production? A tends to alpha B. Then everything in the follow of A will be in the follow of B. That means what? Follow of A is equal to follow of S. Now, see, follow of S we have already calculated as dollar. You can check here, follow of S we have already calculated dollar. So, what we will do? We will substitute it. That implies follow of A is equal to follow of S, that is your dollar. This is your equation number 3. Okay. Then comes your, this one is done. Then we will go to your next production. What is the production? See, A tends to A, capital A, B. Now, what I can take? Alpha, B and beta. I can take it alpha, B, beta. So, if I take it alpha, B, beta, then follow of A is equal to first of B. That implies follow of A is equal to B. Why? First of B is a small terminal letter, small letter or terminal, so it will be in the follow of A. So, this is your equation number 4. For all productions where we can apply the follow, we have to apply. Okay. Now, if I take this, A tends to alpha A, small a, capital A, small b. Now, third rule, first part, if I try to apply alpha b, now see, if I take this alpha, then the entire cannot be a single b, so not applicable. Okay. A, B, if I take this as alpha, this is also not capital B, so not applicable. Okay. So, these two are again not applicable. Okay. Now, B tends to B, B. Now, what you will do? Alpha, B, beta you cannot take because beta will be epsilon itself. So, I will take alpha, B. Then, follow of B is equal to follow of B. Now, follow of B till now we have not calculated. So, we have to check that. Okay. What to do so that we can calculate the follow of B, because again B is a non-terminal. So, we have to check whether we can apply it or not. Now, see, here we have to hold it. Now, go to the first production. Okay, understand the sequence so that you can do it. Any type of numerical comes, you can do it. S tends to, I will write A, capital B. Now, see, this one alpha B formula, if I am applying alpha B, now everything in the follow of S will be in the follow of B. So, follow of B is equal to follow of S. Okay. What was your follow of S? Dollar. So, I can write over here follow of B is equal to dollar. Okay. Now, what we will do? This is equation 4. I will write it equation number 5. Now, you check. See, equation 1. Check here. Equation 1 is follow of S. So, I have told you rule number 1 will be applicable to only starting symbol. So, no further repetitions for this. Now, here in equation 2 follow of A. Okay. Here in equation 3 also follow of A. Equation 4 also follow of A. Now, what we will do? This is the reason at the beginning I told you while calculating the follow you have to write the equation numbers. So, follow combining, this is the way you have to write, combining equation, first equation was equation number 2, combining equations 2, 3 and 4, follow of A is equal to dollar, here we have got BC, here again is B. So, dollar, B and C. Okay. Now, any further repetitions is there? See, no, follow B is dollar. So, follow of S we got. Now, see, follow of S we got, follow of A we got and follow of B we got. So, all the non-terminals we have got the follow. Now, what does next comes? Next comes to construct the parse table. Now, you have to see. Now, what does the table means? First, understand this meaning. What does the table mean? Table means what? It will have certain rows and certain columns. So, for parse table also what we will have? rows and columns. Now see how to do it. Okay, now see. So what is the next one? Next one is your constructing parse table. Table means what? It will have your rows and columns. Now what are the rules for rows and columns? Okay. Now see. First is your number of rows. This only thing you have to remember. Rest we have to do the entry from the calculations only. Number of rows is equal to number of, okay, non-terminals present in the grammar. This is your number of rows present in the grammar. Okay. Now, next is your number of columns. What is the number of columns? Number of columns is equal to number of terminals in the grammar plus, here you have to add one more, plus one more column for dollar. Okay, we will have a column for dollar, but epsilon will not be included. Okay, so how to do that? Now see, what is the question given? See, in this question that we have solved for the table, what are the non-terminals? S, A, B. So what will be the number of rows? Now see, number of rows is equal to number of non-terminals present in the grammar. Now how we will construct? See, if I construct a table like this, I am doing it in a free hand. Okay, these questions in exam you need to solve in free hand only. No need of scale, pencil and all. Okay, calculations are important. So S, A and B. Okay, now what is the number of columns? Number of terminals in the grammar. Now see, what are the terminals in the grammar? Small a, small b, epsilon I told you will not be included. Now a and b are repeated, extra is your c. That means what are the terminals present? A, b and c, plus 1 will be for your dollar. So what you will do? See, so a, okay, first you will do for a, you can draw the line, no problem, then b, then C. If you are confident enough and without drawing the row column intersection you can also do with that. Okay, then dollar. Okay, to understand properly I am making it row column intersection so that you can understand the entries properly. Okay, now what we will do? This is the table. Number of rows is your non-terminals, number of columns is your terminals plus one more for your dollar. Now how to enter? To enter the first, how to enter the table? What is the first symbol? S. Now we will look at the first of S. Okay, for entering what we will know? We will look at the first of S. Now see, we have already calculated this. What is first of S? A, B, epsilon. Now first take into consideration A, B. For epsilon I will tell. Now see, A, B, acha, what is the production? See, for A, B you can see in a single table you can write all. Okay, but here one production starts with A, one production starts with B, so I can divide. Otherwise you can write both also, no problem. Now what is the production? See, production is S tends to A, B, and what is the first of S? First of S is your A, B, C. So for S under A, write the production S tends to A, B. Okay, then for B, write S tends to B, A. Okay, now see, what was the first of S? First of S was also having epsilon. Whenever you will find epsilon in the first of the non-terminal while doing the parse table, when epsilon is there, look at the follow of that particular non-terminal. So what is the follow of the non-terminal S? Follow of non-terminal S is dollar. So, in such case what you will do, for the row S under dollar, you have to make a entry S tends to epsilon. Okay. Now see, you will say, ma'am, we have this two productions were there. What are the two productions? Two productions are S tends to A, B and S tends to B. You can also write like this. Put a slash, or you can write S tends to BA also. Here also you can write S tends to AAB. No problem. But just because it was B and it is also having a terminal symbol starting with B, I have divided. Else you can write both. If you are confused, write both. Okay. Now comes to A. What is the first of A? Now, first of A is your A epsilon. So, for A, what is the production? A tends to AAB. So, for A, under A, do the entry A tends to A, capital A, B. Okay. Now, here's look. What is the first of A? First of A is your epsilon. Epsilon is there. When epsilon is there, as I told you, when we will find epsilon, we will go for the follow of A. So, what we have calculated the follow of A over here, see. What is the follow of A? I have combined all the equations and what I found? $BC. So, $BC, so under all those terminal symbols, what we will write? $BC. So, under B I will write A tends to epsilon, under C I will write A tends to epsilon, and under dollar also I will write A tends to epsilon. Okay. Now, what is the next one? Next one is your B. So, look at the first of B. So, what is the first of B? First of B is your B and C. No epsilon is there. So, what you will do? B and C. So, B, what is the production for B? B tends to B, B or C you can write. So, here also you can write B tends to B, B or C, or single entry also you can do. Okay. So, this is how you enter the parse table. Okay. Now, in my previous lecture, I have told you what you have to find out. You have to find out whether the grammar is LL1 or not. Okay. I told you we have to find out while constructing the parse table that whether the grammar is LL1 or not. Now, what do you mean by LL1? Okay. Now, see. While you construct a predictive parser, the grammar that we form is called as LL grammar. Left recursion from left to right. Okay. Now, see. Here, what is this? S tends to AAB or BA. That is, this is one production. Okay. We can put a slash and we can write as it was given in your question also. How it was given in your question? In the question, it was given like this. What do you mean by this? Context free grammar, we can write this way. So, this is actually one production. These are not multiple productions. Okay. So, that means what? One entry. Here also one entry. Here also one entry. One entry, one entry, one entry, one entry. Here also one entry, here also one. So, in all the row column intersection, if you are having single entry, then we call it as it is LL1 grammar. That means it is a successful parsing. Okay, successful parsing. So, you are getting a LL1 grammar. Now, next question comes, what if it is not LL1? Then what you have to do? Then the question comes, we have to look for the other methods. Okay, and that will be solved in your bottom of parsing. So, till now what we have studied, okay, look at this. We were studying your top down parsing. Okay, so what all we studied in top down parsing? First we studied recursive parsing. That means what? The grammar was having left recursion and backtracking. Okay, left recursion and backtracking. Then we studied elimination of left recursion, okay, and elimination of backtracking. Okay, that is your left factoring. Then after eliminating your left recursion and backtracking, what we got? We got a grammar that is free from your left recursion and backtracking, and that was called as recursive descent parser. Okay, recursive descent parser. Okay, now third what we studied? Recursive descent parser, that means the grammar which is free from your left recursion and backtracking. Then a recursive descent parsing grammar is fed as input to a predictive parser. Okay, then we studied your predictive parser. Okay, then in predictive parser we learned two new functions, that was your first and follow, and the last step was parse table. Okay, and which gave you a LALR grammar. Okay, so what we have done? We have reached at the end of your top down parsing. Okay, then what we are going to study next then? So in our next lecture we are going to study, we have to start with your, okay, we have to start with your bottom of parsing, because in the initial classes of your parsing I have told you we have basically two broad classification, one is your top down parsing, one is the bottom up parsing. Top down parsing finishes with your predictive parser, then we will move on to your bottom up parsing. Okay, in bottom up parsing first what we will study? Just have a look, just we'll have a look at what we are going to study in your bottom up parsing. Okay. Bottom up parsing we have to study first, number 1, shift reduce parser. Okay, shift reduce parser. Number 2, operator precedence parser. Okay, then number 3, LR parser. Okay, now under LR parser also we will study your 3 types of parsing. First is your SLR, that is simple LR. Then study your LALR, look ahead LR. Then we will study your CLR, that is your canonical LR. Okay, in all of this we used to write 1 in the bracket. Now what does this 1 means? 1 means is 1 input symbol scanned at a time. Okay, only 1 input symbol we will take and scan it. Okay, so this is your end of your top down parsing, and in the next lecture we will study your bottom up parsing. Okay, hope you find this video helpful. If you like the video, please do subscribe my channel so that the updates can reach you. Thank you.